What's up guys, this is Tony here with Salt Strong, and in this video I want to talk about sharpening your hooks. I'm going to be showing you a quick demonstration on how to do so and also talk about the pros and cons of sharpening your hooks. Now the hook sharpener that I have here, this is made by Cuda. They make a lot of tools such as pliers, braid cutting scissors, fillet knives and things like that. And they also make this tool here. As you can see, the hook sharpener is this file right there. Then you have a knife sharpener on either side. You have a little line cutter there and a bottle opener. So nice handy little tool to have with you in your tackle box. Now as far as how to sharpen hooks, very simple. You don't really need to do a lot. A big mistake people make is the direction that they sharpen their hook on a hook sharpener. So you can use anything like this, or you can use a file. But as far as the direction goes, this hook sharpener here, you can see it has these little grooves in there on the file. So you basically want to match your hook up to the size of the groove. So if you're using a small hook, obviously go with the smaller groove. Bigger hook, go with the bigger groove. Now as far as the direction goes, a lot of people make the mistake of basically filing against or away from the hook point, going in that direction. What you should be doing is pulling the hook point towards the file. So basically pulling it not into the file, but towards the file instead of away from it. And the reason for this is because as you're sharpening the hook, metal, very, very small pieces of metal are going to build up on the hook. So if you are basically pushing the hook point away from the file, what's happening is all those metal fragments are now building up closer to the hook point, which is basically, defeating the purpose of sharpening your hook. So what you want to do is pull the hook down along the file, pulling that hook point down along the file. And you can do this at the top of the hook, pull it towards it. You can turn the hook to the side, again, pull it towards it. And you don't want to apply a lot of pressure, just enough pressure to, get that hook sliding against the file. And you can also do the inside of the hook, just turn it around and basically just push it lightly against the file there. And again, don't have to do a lot of pressure. If you put too much pressure, you can actually make it worse for the hook. Now, as far as the pros and cons of sharpening your hooks, obviously you have a few advantages. Number one being that you'll have a sharper hook point when done properly, which can make for better hookups, hooking into those fish. Number two, the advantage of sharpening your own hooks is that it can help your hooks last longer. If you use them for a while, they start to dull out, you can sharpen them up. But that leads to one of the number one cons of sharpening your hook, is that as you're filing that hook point, you are now removing the coating of the hook, whatever coating the hook has on there. These hooks in this case, if they're black, it's a nickel type of coating, and that actually protects against corrosion and rust. When that coating wears off or it gets rubbed off from sharpening them, you now basically have the bare metal of that hook exposed, and that will lead to corrosion a lot faster and rust, which can weaken the hook point and also dull the hook point. And then the last con of sharpening your own hooks is possibly, like I said before, making the hook worse than it originally was if you're not sharpening it properly. So definitely make sure you're sharpening your hooks properly, and when you do so, keep in mind that that hook point will corrode and rust a bit faster after you sharpen it, because you did wear off that coating on the hook point. And hook sharpening can be done on just about any hook, whether it be a wide gap, weedless worm hook, or a jig head, and even treble hooks and other hooks like that. You may have to get a different type of file for those smaller hooks, just because it can be a little bit harder, and it's more fine to sharpen those hooks, so you need something a little bit smaller. But if you're sharpening, bigger jig heads and things like that, a normal size file or a tool like this can definitely be handy to use. Now, if you are interested in any of these hooks that I showed in this video, these that I was showing are the Haas Helix hooks. They have a centering spring on there to insert into your soft plastics, and they are weighted. We have multiple weights available, and we have 3/0 and 4/0 sizes available on our shop page. You can pick them up there at fishstrong.com, and also some football jig heads that work really well for pretty much all styles of soft plastic lures. And keep in mind, if you are one of our insider members, you do get a discount on all tackle on the shop page. And if you're not an insider member, definitely missing out on those great deals on tackle and gear to get you out there catching fish. And not only just the gear itself, you know, what's really important is actually knowing where to find fish and when to go to certain areas to find fish. And we help you with that in the Insider Club as well, helping you dial in on those trends so that you can start catching more fish in your area. So to learn more, just click the link down below or go to saltstrong.com/pricing to see if you're a fit for our Insider Club. So that will wrap up this video. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to drop them down below. Till next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.